You just picked up a welder. The next question is, what welding helmet should you get? Obviously, a $40 helmet does not compare with a $400 helmet. Now, the better question is, what features do these actually have that you'll want in a welding helmet? I've got a $40 Harbor Freight, a $140 Andeli, and then a $400+ Miller. Now, if you get a really cheap welder, they'll come with these really flimsy, thin pieces of plastic with what is called a fixed shade. It's just a piece of glass with one shade. It doesn't darken or lighten at all. Probably one of the biggest issues that you are having as you go to weld, you can't see anything out of this until you start welding. And surprise, half the time once you start welding, your hand is moved, and so you're nowhere near where you actually wanted to start that tack weld. Skip that, pick up an auto darkening helmet. What that does is instantaneously will darken your lens as soon as it sees light. When I say instantaneous, I mean like within 1/20,000th of a second, and that's all of them. I want to say that these are like one within 25,000ths of a second, and the Miller's maybe 1/20. It happens really quick. So of course that begs the question, well, wait a minute, if I would have thought that the expensive ones maybe went quicker, no, they actually all are within about the same speed, nothing that you could even measure how quickly they go. So what do I look for? There's actually about three main things I look for in a welding helmet. That would be the viewing area, the comfort, and then the features. And now I know features kind of ties in a whole bunch of them, but you'll see some of those different ones here in a second. So the viewing area, just take a look at these. You can definitely see that the Harbor Freight is that much smaller. I think this is only around 6 square inches of a viewing area. You know, it's actually bigger than the fixed shade over there. The Miller is a 13.5 and the Andeli is 14.5 square inches. Now, most of the time you are going to be laser focused in on that weld itself, but a bigger viewing area does help out with the peripheral vision. If you've got a longer weld, you can actually see where you're going to be going. It helps you plan out the weld and then how you're going to get there. On to comfort. The cheap ones, they typically just have one little band on top, one on front, and one in back. Not that much to it. It's really typically all plastic, even with the nicer ones, and that is because weight will play into this with that comfort, and so all of them are plastic. But now looking at the Andeli and the Miller, their headgears are almost identical, and yes, I mean, some of the brackets and pieces are a little different, so that's how they were able to get away with it, but the type of connections and how they rotate and everything, pretty much the exact same. If you were welding for hours on end, the weight will play into it. And so just so you care, the Harbor Freight is 500 grams, the Miller's about 640 grams, and then the Andeli is 740 grams. I mentioned earlier, this is a fixed shade lens. So the one great thing with auto darkening helmets is you get to change how dark or light that lens gets. Almost all of them will be able to go from 9 to about 13. That is the biggest and best range for welding. 9 being the lightest, so you would want to use this for lighter amperage. If you're doing some really thick, high amperage type material, then definitely you're going to be bumping that up. Next up is sensitivity and delay. Now what those two mean is the sensitivity is how sensitive is your sensor, the light sensor, to light outside. So if you have sunlight coming in, you will want to put that sensitivity down low. Then you've got some of them bump it up to where you can actually turn it over to grind. What does that mean? Well, that's just a lower, even then lower than the 9 shade, and that's when you're doing some grinding or maybe some cutting with plasma cutter at low amperage yet again. Now the delay is not how quickly it will darken. That will always happen as soon as it sees that light. The delay is actually how long it takes to turn off after welding. With the Miller, you've got different modes. It goes through, you know, your cutting and grinding, and then also it has a lighter, darker, that's going to be your different shades, and then a less, more time, that is all for your sensitivity and also the delay. Since they all have shade ranges, even the cheapest one of 9 to 13, let's dive into a couple of these little features that actually distinguish and make the difference between them. This one has what's called a 2.0 clear lens. Looking through all of these others, they have a green tint to it. This one still has a little tint to it, but it is more of a clear. It allows you to show you the colors better. Does it work? Is there a difference? Yes, there is. Now, just as a side note, literally side note, you'll see that the Andeli actually has these little green filtered side pieces, but they actually do show you quite a bit of a contrast between the center lens, which actually is pretty dang close to that Miller 2.0. And in fact, actually putting them up side by side, they might have the same clarity. As a beginner, I was there, trust me, I always thought, I can't even see anything. This helps out considerably having little flashlights on the side, which is super cool. All you gotta do is just push the on button, or all you gotta do is push the little motion sensor and then you just raise your hand past it. You can turn it on and off. What this actually does is when you are welding, it lights the area that you're about to weld, so you can see what you're going to weld. And I want to take a step back to the actual shade. Now, as you're starting out, it's kind of a fine line of you want the shade to be light enough that you can see, but you don't want it to be too light that it hurts your eyes. So what I always suggest is starting out with a larger number or a darker shade. And if you can't see anything, if you can't see that weld pool going along, then just go up one notch, or, let's say you started out at 12, go down to 11. Now, one other thing I want to mention is all lenses or helmets have little plexiglass to protect the actual lens itself. Now, I went over to a buddy's and this thing was so scratched up and filthy. I was kind of like, well, it's no wonder you can't see anything. Switch out this. These are cheap and easy. Every welding helmet has separate little lenses, or not lenses, just little plexiglass covers that they sell. Now, with everyone's situation is slightly different. I'm not going to tell you exactly which one to get, but I will tell you to take note of the differences in features you get from the jump from the cheap one up to about 150 versus from this up to, a 300 plus. You get a lot more of those features packed in that are a lot more similar to this one. I mean, that clear lens and the headgear. Like and subscribe.